Hey guys, so today we have another beer French press edition. It's been about a year since I've done this, and I was going to do it anyway, so I thought I'd turn on the camera. Basically, we're going to French press a bunch of ingredients into Founder's Imperial and make a spicy stout. So, first of all, pretty much, let's start with the ingredients. So we're going to start off with, let's see, we need a teaspoon. Sorry, bear with me while I'm doing this. Actually, half teaspoon, right? Yeah. Let's go with, this is a quarter. So we're going with vanilla extract. You can make your own. So this is half a teaspoon of vanilla extract. And so again, this is a spicy stout recipe. We're doing something similar to like Hunapoo, Mexican cake, Abraxas, that kind of thing. We have vanilla in. We also need, I actually probably should have done the cinnamon first. We need a quarter teaspoon of cinnamon, but unfortunately that's wet, so let's do the eighth, so 2/8. There we go. Oops, sorry. Let's get that. Okay. You really don't want to overload with the cinnamon. It's a very aggressive spice. So I actually have even a touch less than a quarter teaspoon. We also have cocoa nib. This stuff's awesome, by the way. I put it in my oatmeal all the time. We're going with a tablespoon of that. Let's go with that. Actually, there we go. This is actually a teaspoon, so 2 teaspoons. So, and then we go with a tablespoon of coffee. Again, I'm doing this because it's just random stuff that I have lying around. Hopefully you should have some of this stuff laying around. But yeah, if you can't, then just take some of these out. Like you can probably leave out the vanilla and the cocoa nib, right? Stuff like that. So it's really the cinnamon, coffee, and pepper that really have the biggest flavors. So we're going with a tablespoon of coffee. Obviously, I'm just using some Dunkin' Donuts. You could use something a little bit more artisanal, a fresh blend or something. All right, so let's get that out of the way. And then this one is the one with the biggest amount of variables. It's the pepper. This is what I found at the store. This is, I actually don't know the name of this, so if you guys actually know, it's a spicy long green chili. It is pretty spicy. I tasted it. So make sure you taste your pepper and see what, spice is on that. Habanero, you have to use very little. That's very spicy pepper. This I'm using, I'd say about a tablespoon of diced up pepper. This one's pretty spicy, but I guess we'll see. And then we go with the beer. So basically you want to fill it up. So I have my French press here, have it all the ingredients in. And we're going to go all the way, let's see this. By the way, this is 2015 Founder's Imperial, one of my favorite beers. And this vintage is fantastic if you haven't tried it yet. So yeah, we're filling it up, just all that's a good amount actually, there's a few ounces. And I'm just gonna get a spoon and I'm gonna end up mixing that up. And then so I'm gonna wait about, let's say 15, 20 minutes, half an hour, something like that. And then the important thing is you always want to taste. Don't just press it immediately. You're gonna wanna go back, see the flavors and adjust. Maybe it's too spicy, then you'll maybe have to crack another beer to help it out. But this is a very concentrated version, so remember that it's going to have big strong flavors, but just look for the balance. Try to figure out, hey, is there too much cinnamon, is there too much spice that's overpowering the beer? And then once you taste that concentrate, I'll be back, we'll French press it and then blend it with fresh beer to keep carbonation. Hey there guys, so now we're back and it's been about 20-30 minutes. I tasted it. It unfortunately was not as spicy as I would have liked it, so a quick fix, I've actually done this before, I used some red pepper flake. This stuff's pretty spicy. It's stuff you put on pizza. Put in about a teaspoon or so of chili flake. It sort of waited a little bit and then sort of picked up a little bit more spice, exactly how I wanted it. So let's press it. So again, you got to taste and adjust, but now I think it tastes how I like it. I'm going to press it and pour it out. Let's see. And let's make sure we get some of it ends up staying in the glass or in the press. And get all the concentrated flavor in there. And so yeah, by the way, you can do this with all kinds of ingredients. Again, like I was just improvising, it wasn't spicy enough, so I threw in some red chili flake. I mean, you can throw in all kinds of stuff, whatever you think would be cool. I'm sure there's definitely a Christmas recipe out there probably. Some, you could probably do like cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice kind of thing. So yeah, anything you like. You probably could do graham crackers too, yeah. I'm just brainstorming right here while I'm pouring this. So yeah, pretty much have almost all of that. We recapped the beer that we had earlier. And so we only used about like this much, so like 4 ounces. And so we're going to put in more beer, because basically what happens when you let it sit, it's just going to get very flat, and this way we're actually having fresh carb beer. And so because there's cinnamon in there, and it's very small particled, it's going to agitate the beer, and so therefore you got all of that head on that. But you know, let's get in. Certainly smelling the spice, the cinnamon, coffee. It smells like one of those spicy stouts. Yeah, it smells familiar. Like a Mexican cake kind of beer, a Prairie Bomb. There you go. Cheers. Ooh, that's fun. That's awesome. Wow. You're smacked with all those wonderful flavors up front. Coffee bitterness, like lingering vanilla flavors, that spike of cinnamon. And then you get this heat that sort of hits the sinus in the back of the palate. Oof. Yeah. Right here, this one's a little bit more subtle. I think the coffee for me is dominating the beer a little bit, but I wish there was a little bit more spice, but it's really nice. Yeah. As I wait, there's like heat lingering and like, you know, hitting the lips and sort of like opening up the sinuses. There's sort of this lingering heat flavor. I also think the green pepper had a little bit of like fruity quality. The fruity vegetal pepper flavor that you sometimes get in spicy stouts is in there. Good stuff, yeah. Great blend. Yeah, really happy with this one. You get the base stout, which is a little bit sweet and really robust and nice and bitter. And you're complementing that bitter with even more kind of coffee rose qualities. And then, you know, you guys probably have had a spicy stout. If you haven't, then definitely try this out instead of having to, you know, buy Prairie Bomb or try to trade for Mexican cake or try to get Hunapoo or something. If you've had those beers, try this out as well. This is so much easier to do than trying to get some of your hands on some of those harder spicy stouts to get your hands on. This was really fun. You can always adjust and do cool things, you know, beer science. There you go. So this was a fun experiment. I was going to do this anyway, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know if you've French pressed anything into a stout or IPA or all kinds of stuff. There's millions of ideas you could probably think of. So until next time, guys, cheers. Later.